Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sammy Snake Racing YouTube channel, home of the fastest snake in the world, your host, Sammy Snake. Now you may have seen that we streamed recently an endurance race with Rory Alexander. Now this race was one of the toughest challenges I have ever done in Gran Turismo 7. 200 laps around a tricky circuit with dynamic weather. The pressure was real, and to top it all off, we were using a car that wasn't meta. Now, we had faith in our driving, in our pace and our strategy, and for the most part it worked, until I dropped a massive clanger. But despite all of these issues and the challenge, we fought back and we were on for an excellent result, until it ended in disaster. So let me share with you exactly how this race unfolded. Try and build on that. So in this race we were given 10 minutes to qualify, and we managed to get a banker of a lap in, but not really a lap time that we were particularly happy with. This was our fastest qualifying lap, which was okay, not particularly nailed, but you know, better than most of our laps. And when you've only got 10 minutes to put a good lap time in under pressure, it was something that was respectable, shall we say. Oh God, I can't believe how much I understood into that braking zone. It was a shame because we were up there. Quite as good, I don't think, right-hander, but we're still up on the final corner. There was a bit of time there, I think. Not now though. I've exited in the wrong gear and I got dirty tyres. I might have lost all that advantage. Might be a small improvement though. Okay. Is it a rolling start? So, in actual fact, that was good enough for P1. So we were off to a good start. As you can see, we decided to go in the Volkswagen Beetle. I knew that this car wouldn't necessarily be meta, and it's definitely a big handful. You know, it's a tricky car to drive. But I wanted to go for something that was going to be fun, a little bit Halloween related. So I thought the theme of Herbie would be spot on. And for these first opening laps, it was a matter of trying to keep the Ferraris behind, in particular Sparks, who was following closely in the slipstream.
Steady. Right, marathon, not a race. Sparks is there with us. Come on. Bit like the rear end tried going on me then. This is where it's going to be important to try and preserve your tyres. Looks like there's been some fighting already behind me and Sparks. Sparks behind. Somebody go into Sparks' stream and tell him I've told him to go to sleep and slow down.
So for the next few laps, it was all about keeping in front of Sparks, trying to extend that gap and hope that I didn't make a mistake, whilst trying to play a little bit of
had a moment
tactics against
there.
the other streamers.
Right, has anybody in the chat watched Game of Thrones? I need to know. Right, so there's the Master of Whispers on the Game of Thrones, and coincidentally, he is also bald. So one of my strategies today is to be the Master of Whispers, because there's a few streamers, content creators who are racing today, and obviously, like, we're going to get some visitors every now and then coming across from other streamers that aren't necessarily devout snake fitters. They might favour another racer in this race over us, and they could be relaying information back to them. So what we need to do is be the master of misinformation. Really slow. I did not like that. For some reason the time has still gone up. So we need to be aware of this, and if the opportunity arises to present some information that might not be factual but could give us a benefit, I think it's worthwhile considering using that tactic. This is a really bad line. Good save. Oh, what happened to Sparks? Has he crashed? Oh no! Sparks has had his first moment, I think.
So our master plan of misinformation was not even necessary. It was evident that this race was going to be all about how consistent you could be.
We have got to make sure that we minimise those moments. It will inevitably happen at some point. There is no doubt that over 200 laps, we are going to bin it at some point. So we've really got to try and concentrate and minimise those amounts of those mistakes, and also not react too poorly if and when they come.
So with taking that on board, I made sure for the next 59 laps to try not to make too many mistakes by driving within my limits, and thanks to that we managed to build a gap of over 1 minute to P2.
That wasn't very good. Neither was that. Save it, save it, save it. That's our biggest moment yet. It's our biggest moment yet. Maybe cost us 1.8 seconds. So as long as we save those and minimise the damage, it's fine.
Now these are the things that I talk about in my weekly videos that I upload about how to get good race results and just how to get better at Gran Turismo 7. Driving within your limits, minimising mistakes and maintaining good pace. And thanks to that, we're not only in P1, but within 100 laps, we're actually looking at lapping P2, which was the man himself, Rory.
Why does this car try and kill you so badly? He's one in that slip. Kenneth, thank you. There he is. Give him a wiggle. Come on, Rory. Thank you. Might be able to drag him along for a few laps. There he was.
And the fastest snake in the world does it again.
Let's go. I'm getting ready to sprint out of this chair straight to the toilet.
Now, the strategy for this race was quite simple. It was 20 lap stints on medium tyres with a little bit of fuel saving to make sure that the car was nice and light to minimise the tyre wear. So that meant by lap 100 it was time to pit again, but I had yet to have a toilet break. So this was 2.5 hours worth of driving, and I planned on getting straight to the toilet as quickly as possible to try and relieve myself, should we say. And this was where I made my biggest mistake of the entire race.
Move that sandwich. Drift it again so I can rotate it more. Into the pits, medium tyres. Be right back.
Now, you may have noticed what I just did there. In my haste, I not only clicked to change the medium tyres, but I also clicked do not refuel by accident. And this is what happened whilst I was in the toilet. I came out of the pits, crossed the pit exit line, got a 3-second penalty, hit the wall, got damage, and was just basically rolling around turn 1. So that not only means am I losing time, I'm just sitting here doing nothing, but that means I have to go in the pits again and do a lap without fuel at a reduced speed of 50 miles an hour. Now, the only upside to this was it made it more entertaining for the stream. I ended up losing about 70 seconds, so the cars behind were about 25 seconds behind instead of over a lap.
Did I catch it in my haste to have enough time to actually go to the toilet? Fair enough.
Now, as you can hear, I actually thought that this was a game bug. I didn't realise that I had made that mistake, but the chat informed me that it was, in fact, my own stupidity. And if you look at the delta, you'll see how it jumps down as they pass that pit line, and it goes all the way down to 27 seconds.
You are kidding me.
So with that disastrous moment behind us, we decided to push. We wanted to make sure that we were going to win by at least 1 lap. So we fast forward 20 laps further forward, and this is the section of the race where I just wanted to set a really good fastest lap and see if I couldn't get that delta back up to potentially lap the cars behind. And this lap you're watching right now was my fastest of the race.
Oh, ho, ho, come on, Bobby. Broke late, missed the apex by the car's width. Such a shame when you have your best first sector to blow it. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that double stab at the throttle. Didn't like that. Come on! 671, he's saying a 671. I don't know, I think I broke a little bit too early. Oh, there you go, Calster. There's a 0.5 for you, lad. Stick that in your mush.
And the fastest snake in the world does it again.
Boosh. We love it. Now get a victory.
Now, during this race,
Thank you,
there was
Scooby.
a few streamers that are A+ drivers,
Scooby.
and due to our performance, we got a lot of visitors coming into the stream and commenting about how impressed they were with our pace and how well we were driving. So I thought this would be the perfect time to mention that I have created a specific playlist on my YouTube channel called Sammy Snake's Driving School to help drivers get faster at Gran Turismo 7. So if you are wanting to improve your pace and consistency, I would advise you check that out. There's all sorts of tips, pointers and advice on how to improve at the game, get faster and be more consistent. And the results are speaking for themselves, I would say. We're in the Beetle, which isn't the meta around this track, and we are not only faster, but we are more consistent than a lot of quick drivers in the field.
Sparks, not again.
Now this race had definitely had its ups and downs, mostly ups to be honest, but this is when disaster struck. I noticed a bleep from my computer. I started looking over, I was worrying about what was happening. Shortly after that, I noticed the other cars on the track were acting very strangely, and that's when I started to suspect something had gone wrong.
Service crashed. Oh, don't disconnect me. Have I just disconnected, or has the server crashed itself? I've disconnected, haven't I? What's happened on Rory's stream? Somebody check. I think I'm out. Can somebody let me know?
Yes, that's right. Unfortunately, I was disconnected from the server and totally out of the race.
I don't even know what to say.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Look, I'm not going to lie, this was absolutely gutting. To go out of the race in that fashion for a race that I felt that I was not only just surviving, but I felt like I was dominating. But it was out of our control. And that is racing sometimes. It's not always the fastest that wins. It can be technical issues, it can be other things out of your control. So there's no point in dwelling on it. We move on and we just make up for it in the next one. But if you could help soften the blow of this devastating end by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and maybe even giving this video a little hype, it would cheer me up no end. We're still chasing 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and we're less than 300 away. So if you could do me a favor and click that button, it would be very much appreciated. But don't you worry, we'll be back and we'll make amends for that victory that we were robbed. So from the fastest snake in the world, it's over and out. Take care and thanks for watching.